Now I'm wondering. Well, and we've all been tourists in different countries, right? We've all traveled a little bit.
Yeah, I've been to Arkansas.
As a tourist, you should be very respectful of the country that's hosting you, right?
Sure. I think so.
And if that's too hard, just try not to be a total idiot, especially if you're an American. Are we already fighting a bad reputation as travelers? Maybe.
Never.
So there's footage of a guy who looks like he's in his 20s. I don't know if you saw this video making the rounds this weekend, carving his girlfriend's name into a wall of the Coliseum in Rome.
Are you kidding me?
Jeez, man.
The Coliseum.
Man.
Hey, what do they do?
Which was built 2,000 years ago.
I don't know the Italian laws there, but and I'm not here for physical violence. But you remember that kid in the '90s that spray painted a car in Singapore?
Oh, with the caning?
He got
He got
caned.
caned.
I don't think he's been spray painted any cars since then. And again, I'm not here for physical violence. I'm not advocating.
Well, there's lions inside the Coliseum. I think.
I'm not advocating for caning. But what does one get in Italy when you destroy a world treasure?
Yeah,
They go, what's the matter you?
I'm watching a lot of Game of Thrones.
It's the Coliseum. What's the matter you? Is that what they do?
I think
They bite their thumb.
beheading. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
you bring back some medieval.
Let's yeah. I mean, he's lucky it's this day and age because I mean, back in the day.
I think they go like this under their chin.
Yeah.
You get sentenced to 5 chin flicks.
Yeah.
Take us a cappuccino.
I pour a cappuccino on your head. So he's writing on a brick. Again, it's the Coliseum, 2,000 years old. Like he's writing on a brick like it's a tree in the backyard. And the person filming him confronts him, but this douchebag just smiles and goes back to carving. His girlfriend, Haley, apparently, is there with him, but she doesn't have any reaction.
She's not even impressed.
Yeah.
In fact, if somebody started carving my name into I go, we're breaking up. What are you doing? You're an idiot.
Break up with Tim?
It's over.
Yes.
Here and now.
Break up
It's
with
over.
Tim.
I wouldn't break up with Tim, but I'd be really mad at
I'd be
him.
disappointed in Tim.
Yeah.
So what they do? You have any idea what the
The guy who filmed it says that he reported it to staff. They called the police. He did note that they didn't seem overly upset about it for some reason.
This is just a fake Coliseum. This is our
No, it's
stunt
a real one.
Coliseum that we put out because you idiots are going to show up.
I've been to Italy a lot, but I've never been to Rome, and I've heard it is tremendously dirty, like extremely dirty. Like the streets are really dirty. There's a ton of pickpocketers all around the Coliseum. Like it is a tourist shock typically. Now I've
From
known
what I hear,
people-
it's like a giant, like the Vatican. It's like a giant gift shop at this point.
I've known people to go and say that when they go inside, I mean, this is like, I mean, think about it. It's one of the most spectacular things you could do in Europe is see that and like associate it with all the movies and the grand things that you've seen that have happened in this place and absorb some of the history. But on the outside, maybe, I mean, this guy sounds like he was going with the flow, which is terrible. So hearing that they're not super upset with him.
Well, I see in the past there's, I guess 2014, a tourist was caught doing basically the same thing. He was fined, it would be almost 30 grand in the
30
US
grand?
dollars.
Dang. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Maybe they did that.
I'd be
It's
mad if it
reasonable.
was
it's not
your
uncommon.
wives.
Would I be mad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
What?
Divorce mad?
No.
No,
Divorce,
I-
man.
This is
Unconditional.
Turn them in?
Cost me a lot more than the 30 grand fine.
You turning them in? Overseas?
Probably not.
This is very interesting to me because last week you were all ready to
I
burn
know, I
your
thought
relationships
about it.
down over a Tesla.
that's true.
I know. Is that woman that got caught keying the car at the...
And defacing the Coliseum seems to be fine with everybody this week.
It's not our country. This is an American Tesla.
Interesting.
Well, you gotta think,
what
too,
we
you-
value in our society.
Well, no, remember last week the video came out of the woman who keyed the Tesla at the amphitheater. Just rolling through. And, okay, what would you do if that was your wife? And I immediately was like, divorce.
Right.
yeah, you did.
Divorce.
Went top shelf a little too soon.
I forgot about that.
And I think I may have jumped that a little. I didn't really think about that.
And we weren't turning her in. We were just saying like.
Some of you were.
No, I think Lerner and I
Some
both
of us
said
went
we
a
would,
bit overboard.
we would have a
I will admit,
conversation
I went
with
a little
them.
bit overboard.
Lerner and I both said we would have a conversation with them and be like, "Yo, you need to make right here.
Right.
You need to make right." And in Rome, I mean,
Might makes
shoot,
right.
30 grand. Damn.
Yeah, I would just be afraid, like, what would happen?
Yeah, locked abroad.
I don't know laws over.
Locked-
Yeah, Mike,
locked up
you may
abroad.
never
Oh, yeah.
come home.
Locked up abroad.
Yeah, I was gonna say you share a joint
Locked
bank
up a dude
account.
too.
You don't want to have to spend any extra, right? So you get home, you discipline them.
Man, that's heavy, dude. That's heavy.
Now, there's no word on who this guy is. Some people are speculating that he's American, but there's no proof of that.
It's Justin Bieber. It's carving Haley's name in there.
He's
That's it.
he's out of his phase. He's been doing fine, I think.
He's on the straight and narrow now.
I think so. He's not egging houses anymore and whatever. Remember, he was like terrorizing his
Oh,
neighborhood
it's
for a minute.
peeing in mop buckets.
I think he's out of that.
I'm looking at weird culture laws in Italy, like you can't wear noisy footwear, no goldfish bowls; those are banned.
Noisy footwear. I can
So
get behind that.
But I'm a
Men
famous
can't touch their
clogger.
genitals in public. So if you gotta touch yourself.
They had to make that law in Italy.
Yeah, no kidding.
No kissing in cars.
Hey, back to the noisy footwear. For real, I don't know why, and I'm not one of those guys that you always talk about your misophonia and all that kind of
Yes,
stuff.
yes,
like
I have a
certain
disease.
sounds bother you. I hate the sounds of flip
Have a
flops.
disease.
Anybody? Am I alone
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
I really do hate the sound of flip
Yeah,
flops.
Yeah, the suctioning on and off
just
of your
the whole-
dirty foot as you go
Yeah.
up and down stairs.
It-
I've
it's
been
disgusting.
I can hear the just continual unsticking.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Sick. Why? Why do I have to be out here and hear that? Oh,
Well,
ooh,
it's not like they're doing it on purpose.
It's
Yeah.
such a.
I like that sound. It
It's
means you're at the
gross,
beach. It's
dude.
good.
As
such
the
a
only-
s- Go ahead. No,
I was
you
gonna
go
say,
ahead.
as the only person on this show that wears flip flops to work occasionally, I'm offended. Back to you.
Well,
That's what he's talking
yeah,
about.
it's
He was
cool. I
complaining
haven't
about
said
you.
anything until now, but like,
Yeah, if you know your footwear's noisy, don't wear it to work.
it's
I
just
like
a
it.
status lowering thing too. Like, can you imagine the president of the United States like walking up to you and like invade Iraq? It's just like you're like, no,
Walking away,
I'm not
no.
listening to you. I'm not doing that.
here, listen to my feet.
Get out of here.
Nasty.
It just it immediately lowers the weight
Of whatever
and-
you say.
of whatever you say. It just takes a little air out of the
I
sails.
can't get past
If you come
your
flopping
noisy
up.
flip-flops.
That's a law in Italy, man. I'll tell you.
I'll quit wearing them. I have sandals on today, but they don't flip.
Yeah, again,
So that's a law in Italy, huh?
You do what you want with your feet, but like, don't make me hear it. It's a noisy footwear. That's obnoxious.
Saying about carving your girlfriend's name into a 2,000-year-old structure.
Beheading, I think, is what's going to happen to that kid. I don't know.
Man.
Yeah,
what
what's
a-
the
what a
fine?
dick.
What's the fine for noisy footwear? I gotta find that out.
Well,
But
and then,
my tap
A
dancing
Stern
group's
is
not
talking
going
to.
to perform there now.
can you get banned? Like maybe he'll be banned for life. He can't come back to Italy.
I'm down with a $30,000 fine. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's heavy.
That's a
heavy fine.
vacation ruiner.
You can't kiss in a car either. That's another one over there.
You can't kiss in a car,
That's
huh?
what she said. Yeah.
There's like it was going through a list. It was like weird things about Italy law.
Oh, maybe it's one of those lists like we have. Like, here's this weird state laws.
Well, think of the narrow, like some of those narrow roads and stuff. I bet if you're like
Yeah.
saying goodbye or something like that, and you're taking forever and you're holding up traffic, it's probably annoying.
It's like, in Alabama, you can't have a donkey in a bathtub on a Sunday.
Exactly.
For some reason.
for good,
that's
for
on the
good
books.
reason.
yeah.
That didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah. Something must have happened for that to be put on the books.